What's up YouTube, it's Alex and I'm back at again for yet another video. So, like I said in my previous video that I would be doing a breakdown of the clip slash trailer for Avengers Endgame that was premiered at the Super Bowl last night. So, it was very exciting since Marvel did say that they were going to be releasing something during the Super Bowl. They ended up releasing two things, actually. They had a Captain Marvel trailer and they had a Avengers Endgame trailer. Before the Super Bowl, it was undetermined if they were actually going to even do anything with Avengers Endgame or if they were going to do exactly what they had been doing up until about last month, which was stay silent about the whole thing, and everyone was convinced that they were not going to reprise the slot that they had, and that they were just going to put a Captain Marvel trailer in there. I actually heard someone sitting there thinking that they were going to put a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer up in the Super Bowl. I highly doubted it. I thought it was going to be Captain Marvel all the way, but, you know, they ended up giving us all a treat and showing us all some Avengers Endgame stuff. So, let's talk about that! So, if you haven't seen the trailer or clip, whatever you want to call it, since it was really short, it was kind of too short to be a trailer, but not that much too short. It was 31 seconds worth of footage of the movie, but no one really can define if it's a clip or if it's a trailer. So, if you haven't seen it though, pause this video because I'm going to be talking about what do I think is going to happen. I'll leave a link down below to the video if you want to go watch it. So yeah, let's get started. So this trailer started off with actually showing like the Marvel logo, but right before the Marvel logo they had all the heroes that had died during the snap, who are all affected, sadly. That's how they started it all off. That makes me kind of question if that's how they're gonna kind of start off the movie and make you kind of be like, oh my god, I just walked into the most depressing movie ever. But probably will anyways, because it ended with half the universe dying, so of course it's gonna be depressing. We're watching half the universe not be there, so. So then we short of Man. First we see on the river, and then we see then they go to a scene where they show the Statue of Liberty. And when if you actually pause it at the Statue of Liberty, you will notice that there's a bunch of boats and yachts all docked right at the Statue of Liberty. There's rumored that people are saying that it was that people in the world think that there's a world crisis, so they all are, I guess, coming to the United States from other countries, thinking that the United States wasn't affected or something, and taking refuge in the United States, since no one really knows what the heck happened except for the Avengers, and most of the I feel like most of the Avengers don't even know what really happened. They're all still trying to figure out what the heck did Thanos do, and why did everyone just disappear, but so then we see I think it's the CITI field, baseball, I think. I don't know, I'm not very big on sports, so I'm more into movies, as you can see with all these reviews. But when you go to the CITI field, which is completely stranded. For some odd reason, I feel like there was a baseball game actually going on during the events of Infinity War. But I also heard that what time it would be back in New York, that it would not line up at all. And so, because I was hearing that people were freaking out that the scene with Nick Fury and Miranda Hill, that it was totally incorrect because of the timeline. Because what would be daytime in Wakanda, where Wakanda's located, where New York is, it would be nighttime, I guess. I don't know. I guess everyone's freaking out about that. But so it's completely stranded. So you know, but it actually looks, if you look at it, it looks really really dark, like darker than most places. And I feel like that's kind of like the ashes of the people are actually in the field, like that people like died at the that there had to have been something going on at the field because it just looks completely dark, like I don't, like ashes were all over the field or something like that. So I don't know. I feel like something has been going on at the field. I don't know. Uh, but and also if you look at it, there's like a bunch of cars in the parking lot of the field. So that totally means that there has been like something going on, like either a concert or a game was going on. But like I don't know, people would probably argue that no, because of the timeline of what time it would be. So I don't know. But so then we see Captain. Wait, no, we don't see Captain yet. Then we go to I want to say it was like it's got to be like a rec center or something like that. And we see a poster that's up, and the poster reads, "Yeah, where do we go now that they're gone?" There's rumors that people are saying that this was actually like a place of grieving well before the snap actually happened, and that this poster is supposed to kind of be like, yeah, like if someone had lost like a loved one or like had lost a friend or something like that, and because there is support groups out there like that, that's what someone is saying, that that poster was more like before the snap, and that just after the snap, people did lose half the universe was wiped out, and so people who are related or whatever probably most likely agree about them, so it makes sense. So then we actually see Captain, and he's actually sitting in the rec center where they're having the support group going on, and then you hear him say, I think it was, yeah, oh my goodness, I cannot remember. Some people moved. Some people move, but not us. Meaning that he is definitely not moving on from this, and he's gonna most likely use it as as what everyone in the movie is going to be using it as a war tactic and motivation to go and attack Thanos and kind of try to get half the universe, back. Though we all already know that it's totally happening because there's there's a Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home coming out like right after it, so of course they're gonna win. But it's also rumored like who's actually gonna die, because it's rumored that either Captain's gonna die and sacrifice himself, or Tony's gonna sacrifice himself and not be there anymore. So I don't know. I kind of hope neither one of those is true because I kind of want a happy ending. Like I already had a depressing movie that like just made me like so depressed after it. Now I kind of want a happy ending. But we everyone doesn't always get what they want. So then it's actually rumored that this is right where the time jump is. That the movie is going to pick up like right about I'm guessing it's going to be about 6 months to a year after the snap because of how everything's looking. It looks like it's really based about a year after the snap, maybe even a year and a half. I have no idea really, but I don't really think that it's going to be as far as everyone else thinks. People are saying that it's going to be at least 5 years of a time jump. I really don't think it's going to be 5 years from the events of Infinity War. I really think it's going to be like pretty close of like at least 1 to 2 years. It's not going to be 5, or as someone said, I think someone had a theory out there that it's going to be like 20 years in the future. I really do not think it's going to be 20 years because I don't know. I feel like everyone in the movie would look like so old, and I don't know, it just be a lot of work to do that. But so then when he says not us, he's basically implying that he is not us, meaning the Avengers most likely, that they are not going to move on and that they are not going to forget what had happened, and that they are going to basically try as hard as they possibly can to try to reverse that snap and get everything undone. But I don't know. They clearly do it. Okay. I'm just spoiling the ending for you all. They're clearly going to do it because Spider-Man: Far From Home. Why would you release a trailer that's based after the movie? Or people are saying that it could be a prelude to the Infinity War. I really don't think so. I don't know. It's just me. Like I don't really feel like it's going to be a prelude, just because like timeline wise, I don't know. Me and my friend, we were arguing about this because she was like, "Oh well, Captain Marvel is coming out, and it's coming out well after its timeline." So I don't know. I really don't think Spider-Man though is going to be before. I think it's going to be totally after. Then, people are also saying that the reason why he's at the support group is because he is mourning the loss of Bucky, as is the same reason why he is seen crying in the first trailer. Everyone is so convinced that he's devastated about Bucky because, he was his best friend, and, when he found out that he was alive, he was, so excited about it, and then had to watch him die all over again. Then we see Tony and Nebula in the next scene after we see Captain at the support group. They look like they seem to be working on something, but it is not very clear of what they actually are working on. It is either going to be the I think it's pronounced Benatar, which is the ship that that the Guardians were riding in Infinity War, and the one that was basically left, so that they could escape. But it's unclear if they actually are working on the ship or if they are working on a secret weapon or something. I don't really know. There's a lot of theories of what are they actually building, that is not actually fixing the ship, that's actually taking it apart, being like Rocket in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. But I don't know. I feel like they're trying to repair. He wants to get home. It also isn't clear if the recording that he does for Potts, if he had already done it before, he's trying to fix the ship, or if it happened after, and he found out he definitely cannot fix the ship, and it's just oh well, we're gonna die here. So I don't know. I feel like he's gonna fix the ship. I don't know. I have so much positivity for this movie. I feel like there's gonna be some positive stuff in this because they gave us a depressing movie and was oh my god, I'm so depressed after this movie, and now it's kind of make us all happy again, Marvel, make us happy, please. But they're probably not going to. And then we see Cap, Nat, Bruce, and Rhodey all walking out of the Avengers facility up in upstate New York. They all are looking up at the sky, looking at something. It's unclear what it is. There's a lot of rumors of what it is. I feel like it might be Tony and Nebula coming back, that they finally fixed the ship and they actually are coming back. Or I don't know. I just feel like it is. Or it's rumored that it might be Captain Marvel, or this theory was actually pretty cool. I liked it. It was someone thinks that it's actually one of the stones coming back in that it's going to either be that it's got to be the time stone or something like that, coming back into the past to be kind of part of Doctor Strange's plan. I don't know. I like the idea of that. That would be really cool. But also, people are saying that this whole clip is only from the first 20 minutes of the movie, and I really feel that they wouldn't put something like that in the first 20 minutes of the movie. That it would kind of be towards the middle of the movie, not the very beginning. But half the things that are actually happening in the movie, in this trailer, I really don't feel like it's going to be the first 20 minutes. It's spread out all the way up until probably the middle, and then they don't show anything from the ending just because they don't want to spoil it. But I don't know. I kind of feel it's not going to. It could be, but if it is the first 20 minutes, I don't think it's going to be the time stone. I don't know. I don't feel like they would do that. Also, when if you look at it, there's actually a space in between. I think it's Rhodey and Bruce, that apparently is rumored that the studio might have actually took someone out. That someone actually is walking out to look at what's coming out of the sky with them, and that they kind of sat there and they didn't want to show too much. It is rumored that it's actually Captain Marvel walking out with them, and that they kind of didn't want to be like, hey, Captain Marvel already was here. But it would make sense. Like, I feel like I had the idea that she was gonna be the one to save Tony and Nebula, but now I kind of don't think she is. Like that, I don't know. I just feel like she's not. Her pathway isn't gonna cross with the two of them. I don't know. It could, for all I know. It probably will. But I don't know. I feel like it's Tony and Nebula coming down, or it's the Time Stone. I like the idea of the Time Stone coming back, since we all are dying to know what is this big plan that Doctor Strange had. But I also, to back up why it could possibly be Captain Marvel actually was kind of like erased from that trailer. I don't know. I feel like it is her, and that from the first trailer when Black Widow is talking to like somebody, we don't know who. I feel like it's gonna be Captain Marvel, and that she is kind of updating her on like what had happened since Captain Marvel was not there. Because I don't know, I feel like it would be her more than anyone, because she's not very aware of what's going on Earth and what was kind of going on. So more than like anyone else. So I don't know. I feel like it would be her more. Then we see, it's rumored that 20 minutes. I really don't feel like it is, since this movie is still apparently clocked at 3 hours as of right now. There has not been any changes really. I guess they are cutting out like a lot of scenes, but I guess even with the scene cuts, it's still sitting at 3 hours. I guess, according to the Russo brothers, and I guess the Russo brothers are having like the hardest time trying to get it under 3 hours. So, for all you actually gonna go see it in the theaters, you're gonna have to be holding your bladders a little bit, trying to watch the whole movie, or just do what me and my friend are doing, just not drink anything for like a few hours well before it, just so you don't miss anything. So then we see Hawkeye in his Ronin. I mean, I lie. He's not in his Ronin costume. He's actually in his Hawkeye costume. I feel like this is kind of towards the beginning of the movie, and it's going to kind of explain the reason why he became Ronin. I don't know. I just feel like why would you show us Ronin in the first trailer and not like have the character of Ronin coming back a little bit more? And since they kept like hyping it up of like, oh, Ronin's coming, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like the beginning of it, of like it's his story kind of at the beginning of like what was going on with him in Infinity War and kind of why he wasn't there. I don't know. I just feel like Ronin's gonna be playing a bigger part. Like he's gonna, I don't know. I don't know. So then we see Black Widow. She with long hair. So clearly time jump right there. And apparently, like how long her hair is compared to Infinity War. I was talking to one of my friends. She was saying that it would take like at least a year or two to be growing out how much she had grown. So clearly that's kind of backing up the theory of the time jump, and kind of putting it up that it has to be at least 1 to 2 years after, that it can't be like 3 months afterwards, because that would make no sense, because her hair wouldn't grow that long unless she that's one of her superpowers to like grow her hair just super quick. And then when we see her, she's actually in a shooting range that's supposed to be in the Avengers facility. So and she's if you look at the the sheet that she's actually shooting at, She has not missed a single shot to the center, so she's gotten all bullseyes. So clearly she's training to, kill someone or something, most likely to, fix Thor's mistake of not going for the head. And then we see the last living guardian of the galaxy, Rocket. It's unclear where this whole movie, it's unclear where everyone is. Except for when they're actually at the Avengers facility, it's definitely known that they're there. But other places, other people, they don't really know we don't know where they are. Rocket, he has to be near the coast though, because if you look at it, behind him there's lobster traps. So clearly he's got to be by some body of water to have a lake house. I don't know what it is, or something that has lobsters in it. Yeah. This actually was the first time we actually have seen him since, we watched him be depressed about Groot fading away and, dying for the second time. But, yeah. There was rumors that he's at the at Hank Pym's lab, because I guess at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp, they never actually moved it. I thought they did move it, but it's rumored that they kept it at where it was, right near the water. I don't really believe that, because I feel like they would be like, hey, you need to move this. It's a giant building, randomly in the middle of the street. You gotta move that. But I don't know. And I think they also had said that they were putting that they were doing a lab in the car. So they shrunk everything down into the car. So the car is their lab now. So why need the big giant building lab? I don't know. And I guess when you actually see him, if you look at the suit that he's wearing, apparently it's the most comic book reference that they possibly throw in there, I guess, for costumes, I guess. Then we see War Machine and Ant-Man in the next scene, looking like they're, suiting up to go fight somebody, most likely Thanos. So that might be kind of closer to the ending of the movie. I don't really know. I don't know when any of this is in the movie. But, Ant-Man is out of the quantum realm, and so people are freaking out of how the heck did he actually get out of the quantum realm. It's rumored that the video that says that he's like, hey, can you guys let me in from the first trailer, that actually was in real time, and that it wasn't archived as everyone says, as I said too in my video saying that I think it's archived. I don't know, but apparently if you look at Rhodey's suit, it looks like it's a newer suit. So I'm thinking that Tony is back, and that he kind of felt like, Rhodey, we're about to go up against Thanos. I think you should kind of have a new suit instead of having this one that you've had for, I don't even know, I want to say since Iron Man 2. I think it was till since the ending of Iron Man 2. So he's been sitting around in the same suit. Or I think the one at the end of Iron Man 3 might have been destroyed. I can't remember. Wait, no, I lied. I think it was still good. I don't know. All I know is that it looks like it's a new suit. It's not looking like one of his the suits that we've already seen before. Then we see Thor in all his armor from Infinity War. Since the last time we saw him, he was all armored up. Difference than the trailer. The trailer was showing him in street clothes. Now he's all armored up, and he has Stormbreaker back with him. The big question is, where is he? It's rumored that he either is on the alien planet that Thanos, disappeared to at the end of Infinity War 2, or he's in Wakanda. I was reading a post somewhere that someone is really thinking it's Wakanda, that it's not going to be, I guess it's called Titan 2, is what they're calling the planet that that Thanos went to. I don't know. I could see it going either way, but I guess if you look at where Thor is, it's not really looking like the shack that Thanos had, so I don't know. It could be Wakanda, like at the where the mountain guys are, ape guys. I don't know. I can't remember what their clan was called. But yeah, so he could be there. I don't know. I don't know where he is. Uh, then we see a close up of Captain putting on the his shield. It's looking like it's the old one from the Captain America: The First Avenger. It's kind of like a callback to it, I guess. It's not looking like the one from Age of Ultron, where it's like magnetic and kind of hops back up because like he is pulling the like I don't really know what's called, like the straps, I guess you would say, to kind of tighten it up. But I guess if you look at it like or like slow it down or like very detailed look at it, his hands are actually shaking while he is pulling the restraints. So I guess it's saying people are saying that it's kind of him showing his PTSD from the event of Infinity War, as like who wouldn't have that PTSD after sitting there like actually battling like someone who's kind of like a god, and then him end up winning and snapping half of the universe out of existence, and then half that universe is someone in that half of that universe is your best friend that you just got back like a few years earlier. So yeah, I totally feel like he has PTSD. Who wouldn't? But you know, okay. Then it's said that there's only 7 heroes, or I guess someone was saying that they're calling them the 7 soldiers. At the end of the trailer, we see 7 of the heroes all together, with Captain America at the very lead, basically showing that he is the leader of the Avengers. Then I guess right behind him is either it's unclear if it's Thor or if it's Hawkeye. Then right behind either Thor or Hawkeye, it's Natasha. Then it's Rocket. Then Ant-Man. Rhodey. And the big possibility is that it's Bruce behind Rhodey, or it's Tony. I'm thinking that it's more likely Tony because it's been rumored that Professor Hulk will be introduced in this movie finally. If you don't know who Professor Hulk was, it was it's the Hulk, like the Hulk body, but has the mind of Bruce. So yeah, that's a thing in the comics. But there, it's rumored that you can actually see kind of where they would put him in there, because I guess there's a space in between Rocket and Ant-Man, so it's kind of rumored that that's where Professor Hulk actually is standing, and they just didn't want to, spoil it and be like, hey, yeah, he's actually in here. We actually have him. Or it's going to be Captain Marvel is in there, like where they think Professor Hulk is going to go. I think it's more likely Captain Marvel because of the space that is actually open in between Rocket and Ant-Man. It's not looking like it's that big, like that it could be Professor Hulk, because Hulk is kind of like a big guy, and so there's not that much room. So I think it would be more likely Captain Marvel, since she is supposed to be somewhere in here, and they it's rumored that they just erased her from the trailer because they didn't want to be like, hey, yeah, she's already in, we already have her in the trailers here. But yeah, so that was the whole trailer, and it took me 30 minutes to explain 30 seconds of footage. But yeah, hopefully there's going to be more trailers coming out really soon. Since they have just bumped up the release day, as I said in the Spider-Man Far From Home video, that they did bump up the release day. It is now going to be on May 26th, so almost exactly a year since Infinity War was released. Since Infinity War came out on the 27th, but the 27th is a Saturday this year, so they would find it stupid. But it was originally supposed to be coming out on May 3rd, I think it is. I can't remember. Or like, it was supposed to come out the first week of May. But I guess since the UK was getting it a week earlier than that, they decided to just release it everywhere for on the 26th, so I'm okay with that. I would love to see it sooner, you know. If you guys want to, you know, show it right after Captain Marvel, I would totally be down for that, too. But, yeah, so, yeah. If you guys want to see me actually do something other than talk about these trailers, like I said in Spider-Man breakdown, if you want to see me do something other than this, you can leave it down in the comments down below. I'll consider whatever you have to say. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it down below. Also, if you haven't hit the notifications, hit that down below. It's the little bell down there near the subscribe button. I just found out about that, but yeah, if you want to just to be notified about the new videos that I'm making, hit it. If you think I missed something in the trailer that was like, oh my god, he should have said this, leave it down in the comments down below, and yeah, I will catch you guys on the next video. See ya!